Everything you touch these days seems to have a default. For example, did you know your phone has default settings? Now, you can customize them, but it's default settings. How about your car? Cars today come with default settings, like do the doors lock when you put it in drive or when you bring it to a stop? And you know you have a default too? I've been thinking a little bit over the last little while about my default resting face. Like when you're not really thinking about the expression you make, you have a default expression. Mine is not good. All right, my default resting face is a combination of boredom, disgust, irritation, and a little bit of constipation thrown in there just for fun. And that's sort of been the story of my whole life. Like, I can't believe I actually got a job, have friends, got married, raised kids. I mean, my default resting face when I'm not paying attention, it isn't good. So I have to remind myself when I'm on the platform preaching or listening to people, smile. When I'm in a meeting, close friends will text me, hey dude, smile, sit up, straight. I had someone pull me aside at a conference once where I was sitting in the front row. And he said, man, I was watching your face and I thought you hated my talk. And I'm like, well, kind of. No, I'm kidding. But it was just my face, all right? So in my head, I'm this nice guy. But my face says, no, I'm not. And it made me think about the face of God and how people perceive God. There's this strange thing where people think that God is angry, that he's just loathes us, that he doesn't like them, that he's spiteful. And sometimes you hear God portrayed that way, but do you know that at Christmas, God showed his face and we saw what it was like. We saw his face in Jesus. And even in the Old Testament, whenever God showed his face, yes, there's a justice side to God, there's a judgment side to God, but if you want to know where God is coming from, look at this Old Testament blessing. The Lord bless you and keep you. The Lord make his face to shine upon you and be gracious to you. The Lord turn his face towards you and give you peace. So they will put my name on the Israelites, and I will bless them. At Christmas, in Advent, God showed his face. And you know what? We know what God's face is, and we know that it radiates love, the love of God that is in Jesus Christ. And so my challenge to you as you head into Christmas is, does your face reflect the love of Christ? Does your face actually reflect the love that God has put in your heart? Or is it saying something else?